Good afternoon, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. Well, it's been a highly productive visit to Doha, and I want to thank His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Al Thani for the warm hospitality and for the depth of the conversations and the progress we've made. This is the first ever visit by a sitting Canadian Prime Minister to Qatar. It marks a new era for our relationship, one in which we move from being close friends to strategic partners. Le Canada et le Qatar sont des partenaires naturels et des amis de plus en plus proches. Nous partageons de nombreuses valeurs, des forces complémentaires et des ambitions communes. Cet alignement constitue le fondement de nouveaux partenariats stratégiques que nous bâtissons. Un partenariat qui apportera davantage de stabilité, de prévisibilité et de prospérité, tant pour les Canadiens et les Canadiens que pour les Qatariens et Qatariens. In an increasingly dangerous and divided world, Qatar is an effective, expansive, and important force for peace. Our relationship has been forged over many years and by profound acts of friendship. Qatar helped evacuate more than 200 Canadians from Afghanistan in 2021 as the Taliban took power. During the pandemic, Qatar Airways played a vital role repatriating more than 15,000 Canadians from over 10 countries. Qatar has provided enormous humanitarian aid to Gaza and has opened channels for Canada and other countries to do so. They have successfully reunited children with their families separated by Russia's illegal war on Ukraine, and are providing food to the Sudanese people, shelter, medical supplies amid that ongoing devastating humanitarian crisis. Canada and the world is grateful for Qatar's leadership and partnership, and I know we will continue to work together in these missions and in others in the shared pursuit of peace, stability, and security. Now, as I think we all know, the global landscape is changing rapidly, leaving businesses and workers in a state of uncertainty. These changes are also undermining the effectiveness of our multilateral institutions on which middle powers like Canada and Qatar have historically relied. And in response, Canada is focused on what we can control, securing new trade and investment partnerships, so we're not reliant on a single country, but are stronger and more resilient to global shocks. Nous doublons nos exportations vers des marchés autres que les États-Unis au cours de la prochaine décennie, soit une augmentation d'environ 300 milliards de dollars. Nous catalysons également $1 trillion de nouveaux investissements au Canada dans le logement, les grands projets, les technologies de défense, l'intelligence artificielle et le quantique, les minéraux critiques et l'énergie propre. Nous avons déjà conclu une douzaine de nouveaux partenariats économiques en matière de sécurité sur 4 continents. Nous attirons des niveaux d'investissement sans précédent. My colleagues and I arrived here yesterday from Beijing, where we had just secured a new trade agreement that at first blush will help unlock more than $7 billion in export markets for Canadian farmers, ranchers, fish harvesters, and agri-food workers across our country. This is the beginning also of a new strategic partnership between Canada and China, a partnership that deepens collaborations in areas such as energy, clean technology, agri-food, and financial services, a partnership that will increase trade and catalyze new investment. Tomorrow, I will go to Davos, Switzerland, where I'll meet with leaders in commerce, technology, and global governance. Nos partenariats sont différents par leur orientation, leur portée et leur profondeur, mais ils poursuivent tous un même objectif: renforcer la stabilité, la sécurité et la prospérité du Canada et de nos partenariats. Le Qatar est profondément connecté au monde, économiquement diversifié et un leader sur la scène internationale. Près de 10 000 Canadiens et Canadiennes vivent et travaillent au Qatar. nos échanges commerciaux bilatéraux connaissent une croissance rapide. Le Qatar représente près de la moitié des exportations canadiennes portées notamment par l'aérospatiale et la fabrication de pointe. Aujourd'hui, les investissements du Qatar au Canada progressent à un rythme près de 20% par année. Et maintenant, nous élevons notre relation et son niveau d'alignement en passant d'amis à de proches partenaires stratégiques. To launch this new chapter in our relationship, I'm pleased to announce that Qatar has committed to make significant strategic investments in Canada's nation-building projects. This capital will help the projects get built faster and supercharge our energy industries while helping to create thousands of high-paying careers for Canadians. We're also announcing an ambitious new partnership while we deepen our ties across trade, investment, defense, and AI. After years of stalled negotiations, we're prioritizing a new investment promotion and protection agreement, which we'll finalize by this summer. This agreement will enable Canadian businesses to more easily expand their operations in and attract investment from this dynamic $290 billion economy. Following Ramadan, representatives from Qatar's Sovereign Wealth Fund will visit Canada to explore new investment opportunities. And in the coming months, a delegation of Canada's leading pension funds will visit here to do the same. Nous mettons en place une nouvelle commission sur la coopération économique, commerciale et technique afin de faciliter et de renforcer les liens d'affaires. Nous identifierons des possibilités de co-investissement dans l'intelligence artificielle, l'aérospatiale, le calcul quantique, la cybersécurité et les informations technology. We're launching negotiations on a new double taxation agreement to make it easier for Canadians to work and invest in Qatar, and vice versa. And we're deepening our defense relationship with joint training, expertise sharing, industrial partnerships, and military exchanges. Canada will also establish a defense attaché here in Doha to further opportunities to partner in defense, joining Canadian forces in this country. When the people of different countries are familiar with each other's cultures and perspectives, they're enriched and they trust each other more. They also want to do more together, to build together. And to that end, Canada and Qatar are strengthening our people-to-people ties and our cultural ties. This year, Qatar begins its year of culture, building lasting relationships through cultural, educational, business, and creative exchanges. Canada, to further these efforts, will expand our air transport agreement to increase direct flights to this country. We'll also lead to more tourism and business between our nations. Finally, in the spirit of cultural exchange, I've extended an invitation to His Highness to visit Canada as our two countries face off in our first kickoff in our first ever World Cup match this June in Vancouver. On that note, I also want to thank Qatar and His Highness for the offer to share security expertise that they gained in hosting the World Cup. I had the privilege to cheer on Team Canada here. I can report that my heart rate, according to my watch, hit a new record when Alphonso Davies put it in the net for Canada. We look forward to continued success in the new year as host. Our two countries have much in common. We're both resource-based economies. We have complementary strengths in technology, security, and defense. We've long been friends. We've often worked together to pursue peace, security, and stability in the world. And now through shared ambition, we're working to diversify our trade, commerce, investment, to help build clean energy, health, AI, and defense capabilities, and to forge a new strategic partnership. In this more uncertain and dangerous world, we've chosen to create greater stability, security, and prosperity together.